Jim Milot, United States Army retired. He enlisted on Veterans Day in 1987. He served in Bosnia in 1997, Kosovo in 2000, 2001, and returning to Iraq in the fall of 2002. A truck rigged with explosives rammed a checkpoint manned by Jim and his squad. As the truck was barreling toward him, one of Jim's soldiers threw him into the cab of a nearby Humvee, saving Jim's life, but absorbing the full impact of the truck's collision. He died in Jim's arms, having bravely sacrificed his life for his squad leader. Jim's injuries from the blast were significant: shrapnel, burns, concussion, paralysis, and loss of speech. He spent the next 3 years at Walter Reed. Jim is now heavily involved with the Wounded Warrior Project as a peer mentor. Please join me in welcoming Staff Sergeant Jim Milot.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now? Thank you. As I was saying, Calvin Coolidge in 1920 said in one of his speeches, "A nation that forgets its offenders will itself be forgotten." Unfortunately, we're starting to see a bit of that today, but not in places like this. I do a lot of work with the Wounded Warrior Project, and their motto is, "The greatest casualty would be forgotten." Okay? We remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice. And to say that my daughter at 11 knows the difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day. My family came very close to knowing the difference. As Ken said, my squad was hit by an explosive. That's 12 years later, I'm the only one left out of that squad. Wounded Warrior Project, we remember. Our motto is to empower the newest generation of veterans. Any organization can hand out money. We don't do that. We hand them out tools to where they can go back to school. We teach them jobs. We have these young active soldiers who, they skied their whole life. Now he's missing his leg. We get him back on the ski slope. We can still do the things we used to do. We just have to learn how to do them differently. And that's what this day is about. And I can see you wouldn't be here if you didn't remember somebody. So thank you for having me. Thank you.
I was there in the winter of '64. We camped at the ice at Nashville's door. 300 miles our trail had led. We barely had time to bury our dead. When the Yankees charged and the colors fell, Overton Hill was a living hell. When we called retreat, it was almost dark. I died with a grape shot in my heart. Say a prayer for peace, for every fallen sun. Set my spirit free. Let me lay down my gun. Sweet Mother Mary, I'm so tired, but I can't come home till the last shot's fired. I'm on sacred ground and I'm in the best of company. I'm thankful for those, thankful for the things I've done. I can rest in peace. I'm one of the chosen ones. I came to Arlington. We're thankful for the things we've done. We can rest at peace, 'cause we are the chosen ones. We gave it to Arlington. Yeah, dust to dust, don't cry for us. We made it to Arlington. Thank you. Carlos and I. America, the land of freedom, still the home of the brave. So raise the banner called Old Glory. Let us join our fellow men. History will tell the story. America will always stand. Walking through the fires of danger, there are those who gave their lives. They're the world's greatest heroes. We won't forget their sacrifice. So raise a banner called Old Glory. Let us join our fellow man. History will write the story. America will always stand. America, you ask me why I love her? Well, give me time and I'll explain. Have you ever seen a Kansas sunset or a Arizona rain? Have you drifted on a bayou down the Louisiana way? Have you watched the cold fog drifting over San Francisco Bay? Have you heard of Bob White calling in the Carolina Pines? Or bellow at the diesel at the Appalachian mines? Does the call of Niagara thrill you when you hear her waters roar? Do you look in awe and wonder at Massachusetts shore? We're men who braved a hard new world, first stepped on Plymouth Rock. Do you think of them when you stroll along a New York City dock? Have you seen a snowflake drifting in the Rockies way up high? Have you seen the sun come blazing down from a bright Nevada sky? Do you hail to the Columbia as she rushes to the sea? Or bow your head at Gettysburg at our struggle to be free? Have you seen the mighty Tetons? Have you watched an eagle soar? Have you seen the Mississippi roll along Missouri's shore? Have you felt the chill at Michigan when on a winter's day the waters rage along the shore in thunderous display? Does the word aloha make you warm? You stare in disbelief when you see the surf come rolling in at Waimea Reef? From Alaska's cold to the Everglades, from the Rio Grande to Maine, my heart cries out, my pulse runs fast at the might of her domain. You ask me why I love her? I've a million reasons why. My beautiful America beneath God's wide, wide sky. Join me in singing America the Beautiful.
spacious skies, forever waves of grain, for purple mountains majesty, above the fruited plain. And I'm proud to be an American, but at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that life to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. To be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I love the men who died, who gave that right to me. I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
It was July in Virginia. The scent of dogwood and laurel lay heavy on the ground, while the burgeoning fruit of the peach and the apple marked the full sway of summer. For 7 fateful days, the trees, the flowers, yes, the very ground itself had shuddered under the roar of cannon, the bark of howitzers, and the crackling of a legion of rifles. Now all was silent. The sledgehammer blows of Robert E. Lee and Stonewall Jackson had mauled the Army of the Potomac. And yet, that army was not destroyed. 7,000 men had fallen in that dreadful week, and the savagery of the conflict was grimly evident in the river of wounded that had wound through the green hills. Now a new sound drifted in the soft evening sky. For Colonel Dan Butterfield, a courageous and able soldier, was also a man of music. To honor his fallen comrades, he had composed a simple and heart-rending melody. On July 2nd, in the year 1862, its strains floated over the graves that scarred the dark Virginia earth. It's been more than 100 years since that sound was born, but these notes have never died away. Every night of the year, throughout the world, fighting men of America, from the North and the South, the East and the West, close their eyes and sleep to its call. And each of their hearts there glows a fierce surge of pride.
Fading lights, failing eyes, trumpet calls as the sun sinks in flight. Sleep in peace, comrades dear. God is near. America's best. 100 men will test today, but only 3 with the green beret. Men who mean just what they say, the brave men of the green beret, silver wings upon their chests. These are men, America's best. 100 men will test today. Of nature's land, trained in combat, hand to hand, men who fight by night and day, courage deep.
My bike is darkness. I was worried about him.
Next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's plenty of every American heart, and it's time we stand.